Good evening. Welcome to Current Affairs. Today is July 1st, 2015. Digital India. It's a pet program of the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, has been launched today. India is waiting for this magnificent program, and finally it has been launched. So there is an expectation that 4.5 lakh crores are going to be invested in this particular program. At the same time, the greatest achievement that is going to happen is that more than 18 lakh jobs are going to be created. So this is one of very important and such a nice program. So there are so many points to be discussed regarding the digital India, and whenever the time permits, we'll have a separate session only on digital India. But kindly remember, for the examination point of view, the date is important. They may ask you on which date Digital India has been launched. Kindly remember, this is July 1st, 2015. Second news, what I have is that the problem that is related to Sushma Swaraj is still haunting her. That is related to, I discussed these points with you in the previous classes. It is because of this Lalit Modi and the relations between the family of Sushma Swaraj and Lalit Modi. The controversy is becoming bigger and bigger. So there are certain benefits that are enjoyed by Sushma Swaraj family from Lalit Modi. Of course, the issue is also related to Vasundhara Raje. Lalit Modi is a big man and he has relations with various politicians cutting across the party lines. And of course, today again the new news has come into the picture. So one of the companies of Lalit Modi has offered a job to husband of Sushma Swaraj, that is Swaraj Kaushal. So the indications are also there that he has been paid by the company which belongs to Lalit Modi. Is it not conflicting of interest? Answer is yes. If it is yes, why the minister is not resigning on moral grounds? The Prime Minister of India has to break his silence on the issues that are related to both Sushma Swaraj and also Vasundhara Raje. It seems that Vasundhara Raje, today she performed the worship, of course that is her personal thing. Amidst of this conflict that is going on, still they are busy with their own activities. Ultimately, a decision has to be taken by the Prime Minister. The latest news is that, in the previous class I was telling you, so many people, prominent people have met Lalit Modi in London. And today's news is that Mr. Varun Gandhi also met Lalit Modi. So how many faces are going to roll? So we have to wait and watch. But it's a big issue. Prime Minister should do something very seriously, apart from his great work that is being done for the nations. So tainted ministers, tainted people should not be there in the important positions. That is nothing but a conflicting of interest. That is called quid pro quo, which is not at all acceptable in a democracy. Since the nation believes in the integrity of the Prime Minister, it is expected that Prime Minister should take a decision. Another important news that is related to the High Court of Madras. In the previous class, I spoke to you. One of the judges of Madras High Court, Justice Devadas, has given two conflicting judgments in similar types of cases. These two cases are related to the rape on two minors in two different incidents. In one case, Justice Devadas permitted for the mediation. In other case, the same judge, Mr. Justice Devadas, upheld the imprisonment for 10 years. When it comes to the mediation between the rape victim and the person who committed the crime, so what is this mediation, first of all, in such heinous crimes? Are you not going to such bad precedents? It has been challenged. Of course, since that day, so there was so much of talk on the subject. And the judgment has been challenged at the Supreme Court. Today, Supreme Court announced that the judgment that is given by Justice Devadas with relation to the mediation in case of rape is considered to be a spectacular error. That is a great mistake that was done by Justice Devadas according to the Supreme Court. Of course, entire country has welcomed the order of the Supreme Court. It should become an eye-opener for various people who are there in the country who talk in terms of the mediation in these type of cases. Mediation may be permitted, but not in this type of heinous crimes against women. Apart from this, I also have some information with relation to a new bank that is going to be established by December 2015. Look at the screen, please. This is related to AAIB. Sorry, this is the, just a moment. AIIB. So look at this AIIB. It stands for Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Anything may be a question. When any new bank has been established at the international level, obviously that becomes a big news. When the decision was taken to establish BRICS Bank, we have discussed so much about the BRICS Bank. And later in various examinations, we have seen the questions related to BRICS Bank. Today we are talking about the AIIB, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. Of course, this is not the first time I'm speaking to you regarding AIIB. In one of the previous classes also I spoke to you on this subject. But yesterday, articles of association has been signed among the members of this AIIB. The total strength of AIIB is 57. 57 countries are there. But yesterday, 50 countries have signed the agreement. This particular bank is going to provide the loan in a flexible manner for the purpose of the investment in the infrastructure. It's a good thing. The initiative was taken by China, and finally the countries have agreed by December 2015 this bank is going to be established. Can you remember, whenever such banks are established at the international level, since India is a part of Asia, the first possible question may be that whether India is a member in AIIB or not. Answer is yes. Yesterday, India also signed the Articles of Association as a member. And with respect to G7 nations, previously it was called G8. Russia has been suspended. Now I have G7. And Russia, if you look at Russia, which is out of G7 now, Russia is a member in AIIB. But if you look at the G7 nations, those nations are also permitted to become the shareholders. One possible question in the examination may be, which of the following country is the first one from G7 to become a member of AIIB? Answer is UK. Anything may be a question. Hopefully, this bank will be a successful one that will provide more loans for infrastructure. Strength 57, 50 founding members have signed Articles of Association on June 29, 2015. UK became the first G7 nation to become a member. It happened on March 12, 2015. Kindly look at this one. This is important point for the examination point of view. China, India, and Russia are the largest shareholders of the bank. Look at the sequence, please. In the percentage wise, I have given 30.34 China, 8.52 India, 6.66 Russia. Kindly remember this. China is important. India is also important. China is the largest shareholder. India is the second largest shareholder. And the last but not least point is this. This bank is going to be established by the end of the year 2015. Look at this. A question I have given. The headquarters of it is AIIB. Let me make a change. Yes. AIIB Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank is located in New Delhi, Moscow, Beijing, Bangkok. You know the answer, and the answer is Beijing. Option should be C. The answer is Beijing. Look at this another possible question. Which of the following country is the largest shareholder in the AIIB? Largest shareholder, just now I told you, I gave you the three countries' names which are the largest shareholders. China is the largest shareholder, followed by India and followed by Russia. So obviously for this question, answer should be China, that is D. Yes, the answer is D. I'll show you the question once again. Look at the question. So these are the types of questions that may be asked in the examination. Another fantastic news for India today is that Jaipur. So this is a village considered to be very low developed village. There are so many villages in India, more than 6 lakh villages. Out of so many villages, one is Jaipur. After Narendra Modi became the Prime Minister of India, so he adopted this village. He also asked various members of the parliament, irrespective of the party lines, to adopt the villages and develop the villages. That is another fantastic program launched by the Prime Minister of India, so to develop the rural India. And that Jaipur today, this Jaipur is located very near to Varanasi, that is the constituency of the Prime Minister, from where he got elected in the year 2014 Lok Sabha elections. And that Jaipur has become Adarsh Gram today. It's a fantastic thing. If there is a sincerity and commitment towards the work, certain things can be done. Definitely, that will lead to the development, and the live example is Jaipur. In the similar manner, the Prime Minister should also extend his support to various villages. If such type of commitments are there, obviously there is every possibility for the development of the entire rural India very soon. I'll show the document. Have a look at this. It was an hamlet a year ago. This is just 30 kilometers away from Varanasi. This village has been transformed into Adarsh Gram. Today it became a nodal center for business for all adjoining villages in this region. This village has branches of at least 3 nationalized banks with the ATMs. Good thing. They need not go out of their village to draw the money. They also have the facilities of the ATMs. The village has got solar street lights, excellent. 12 bio toilets, 14 one-room houses for people from Vanvasi tribe. It's a good thing. In future, such type of things are going to be adopted throughout the country. So that's all for today. The information what I have. Tomorrow I'll meet you with some more points, some more news with respect to current affairs. Thank you so much for being with me this evening. I wish you all the very, very best. Take very good care of yourself. Good night.